How are you, students? I think everyone is fine and healthy right now. So let's study. And today, the topic that I am going to teach you is the means of spreading of diseases. It is the part 8 of Why Do We Fall Ill? Lesson number 11 of Science class 9. So why do we fall ill? And there is a certain bacteria or there is a certain microorganism which cause the disease in our inside in our body, although some other reason is also there, either with the food and anything which cause the disease inside us. So diseases are mainly spread from one person to another person with the help of some microorganism, and obviously there must be certain communicative media which can spread the disease from one person to another person. So this together called means of spreading of disease causing germs. So the microbial agents can commonly move from one affected person to another person with different kind of communicative medium. So in other words, they can communicate, and that's why they are called communicable disease. Means these diseases spread from one person to another person, and there is a medium which help to spread these germs from one person to another person. So these diseases are also called communicable disease. Infectious diseases are called communicable disease. It is a most important question. Why do infectious diseases are called communicable disease? It is one of the important question from this topic. So what are the different medium through which the disease causing germs is spread from one person to another person, from an infected person to a healthy person? So there are different medium. I already told you, and you can see here that the most important factor is most important medium which help in the spreading of disease causing germs from an infected person to a healthy person is the air. So suppose there is a person and he has coughed or sneezed. While he is coughing or sneezing, he spread lots of virus or germs from his mouth. The person who is healthy just stand beside him, can inhale, can take the air, infected air, or you can say contaminated air. Contaminated means the air in which germs is present. So these air are automatically inhaled or breathed in by an healthy person, and this healthy person become infected within 1, 2 or 3 days. So air is also a medium of spreading disease. Understood? So let's study. This occurs through the little droplet thrown out by the infected person. While an infected person cough out, on coughing out, he has thrown a lots of minute, very small droplet from his mouth. And these droplets contain lots of viruses or bacteria or microbes, and these droplets are flowing in the air. If this droplet is inhaled by anyone, he or she can get infected. So the air get contaminated by the germs. It is written over here. See, this occur through the little droplet thrown out by the infected person who sneeze or cough. These droplets contain lots of microbes. Someone standing close can be breathed in. While an infected person cough or sneeze, he has given out a lots of germs containing small droplet from his mouth. While these droplets cannot be seen by the naked eye because they are so minute, the healthy person who is standing beside him or her can inhale this air, this contaminated air in the process of breathing, and this droplet goes inside in her lungs or in his lungs and get infect and cause lungs related contaminating or lungs related problems or diseases. Mainly the airborne diseases are mainly related to the lungs, mainly, not all, like common cold and all. So example is given here. Example for such diseases are spread through the air are common cold, pneumonia, tuberculosis. These are the examples of diseases which are spread through air. Next, we have had an experience of sitting. It is just a very simple way. While you sit beside the boy or girl who has already a common cold, you can also catch the common cold within 2 or 3 days. It is one of the most easier and very communicable disease that is spread through air. Similarly, one of the disease that is also spread through air and sometimes touch is called conjunctivitis, isn't it? Next, obviously the more crowded one area, if you go in a crowded area, in a hall, or you can say in the place like a railway station and all, there are lots of people who are already get infected and they are coughing and sneezing openly, not close their mouth with the help of hanky, or they do not close at all their nose at all, and that's why a lots of droplet from his nose and mouth comes out while he cough, and these droplets contain lots of microorganisms, and these microorganisms are obviously inhaled by healthy person, and the healthy person get infected. Just I am giving a very peculiar example. Now we are going with the COVID-19, no? So COVID-19 is also a kind of communicable disease, and this communicable disease is spreading through air, because the person who is coughing and sneezing is spreading the viruses from one person to another person. So I think you know many more thing about this. So corona is also a kind of airborne disease, or you can say droplet infection. Droplet infection means those droplets that is coming out from the mouth or nose while sneezing and coughing get infect the healthy person. So it is also called droplet infection. It is an important question. Remember this. You can write the question droplet infection. Go back and write the answer whatever I told. Droplet infection is a kind of infection in which a person who have cough or common cold or all, or any kind of lung related disease, he cough and sneeze. At that time he gives out lots of droplets from his nose and mouth while sneezing and coughing, and these droplets are spreading throughout the air just beside him. The person or healthy person who is standing or sitting beside him or her inhale these droplets through their mouth or nose while breathing, and they get infected by the germs, because the germs goes inside the body of that person and infect the body of that person. So now comes the contaminated water or waterborne disease. What is waterborne disease? There are so many diseases that are spread by water. Sometimes water get contaminated, means contaminated with mixed. Water get contaminated by some microorganism. And how this water get contaminated? Suppose someone is excreting out, goes for latrine, or you can say etc. Someone throw the etc. or go somewhere on the open field and get excreted over there. Excreta means latrine, and this latrine is spreading with the help of flooded water, and this water is obviously go to the water bodies, and these water bodies is utilized to have or to put out the drinking water, So what I told, the excreta, human excreta means latrine, contain a lots of bacteria and viruses or microbes, and these excreta, when a person goes to go to excrete out or go for latrine in the open area, this excreta is sprayed into the water bodies anyhow, through flooded water or through any way. And when it goes to the water body, like goes to the pond or goes to the well, the people are snatching water from there to drink. And when they drink this water, they get infected, because the latrine or the excreta have lots of germs which mix into the water. So water get contaminated, means water become dirty over here. So they cause different kind of disease related to intestine or abdomen. Understood? Let's study about this. This occur if the excreta from someone suffering from infectious gut disease such as cholera get mixed into the drinking water used by people living nearby. So cholera is a disease in which a person vomit a lot of vomiting with a loose motion. It is a symptom of a cholera with a fever and vertigo. Vertigo means head is going round like that. Okay, so cholera causing microorganisms will enter new host, means new healthy person, through the water they drink and cause the disease in them. Such diseases are much more likely to spread in absence of supply of drinking water. There are so many places in India where we do not get a proper supply of drinking water. So the people of that place utilize the well or hand pump to draw the water, and this water is utilizing from drinking. If the sources are get infected by the contaminated or get contaminated by different kind of germs that is already present in the infected person's excreta or latrine, they will also get infected, means healthy person get infected by other people. So the very good example, whatever I told you about cholera and gastritis and typhoid, these are the examples of waterborne diseases, and many more diseases also there. Just I told about only 2 or 3 lines. Similarly, there are some diseases that are spread by physical contact, by touch or by sexual contact. You know such a kind of disease which is spread by touch? Yes, say someone. Pox, smallpox, cowpox, chickenpox. There are so many kinds of pox. Similarly, if someone is going with a sexual contact with a infected or affected person, he or she can get also infected. Means suppose someone, either be a girl or a boy, is affected by AIDS, means he has AIDS, or AIDS due to the virus present in his or her body. The name of the virus is HIV, human immunovirus, and this virus goes inside the body through sexual contact. When a healthy person come in contact with the affected person and have a sexual contact, have a sexual relationship, so the infected person spread the disease to the healthy person. So such a kind of disease is the AIDS, or AIDS is caused due to a virus called HIV virus. So what is the full name of AIDS? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, and this disease is caused due to a virus called HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. Understood? So the sexual contact act is one of the closest physical contact in which two people come in contact very close to each other. Not surprisingly, they are microbial disease such as syphilis. Yeah, syphilis is one of the disease that is caused due to sexual contact. AIDS, and that are transmitted by sexual contact. So, however, the sexual transmitted diseases are not spread casually by physical contact. Remember this. Sexual diseases, sexually transmitted diseases, STD, sexually transmitting or transmitted diseases are not affected or spread by touch. Remember, or by kissing. It can only spread when two persons come with each other in their sexual contact and making the sexual relationship. Casual physical contact include handshake, hugs, or sport like wrestling or any other do not affect the person. Understood? You can run with a patient of AIDS, so you cannot get affected. You can handshake also with him or her, so it will not spread the disease. It can only spread when there is a sexual or physical contact. Not in physical contact, sexual contact will be there. Other than the sexual contact of AIDS virus can also spread from blood to blood contact. You know, AIDS can spread by 4 different ways. First, the sexual contact. Second, when an infected person syringe means injection, when the injection that is already inputted in the infected person is utilized, same syringe is utilized in the healthy person. The syringe which is already utilized in a HIV patient or AIDS patient is again utilized to the healthy person. The blood will go inside the healthy person and get infect him or her. Similarly, the disease, the AIDS disease is spread from infected mother to the baby or the fetus that is present her abdomen. Understood? Means the disease that is present in the disease is spread from infected person to the healthy child who is developing in her womb. So the virus transferred from mother to the fetus. Similarly, the other way of spreading AIDS is the sexual contact. Second, I told you that it is also spread through infected person's syringe is putting on the or injected in a healthy person, or the blood transfusion from a healthy person. The blood transfused from the unhealthy person or infected person to the healthy person can also affect. And the 4th number topic, that is a mother who is already affected by AIDS, if she breastfeed or she feeding her baby her own breast, her mammary gland, so the infected person or infected mother can spread the disease from her breast to the healthy child through milk, because milk is also get infected by viruses. Now the last topic is vector. There are so many insects or you can say organism which spread the disease causing germs from an infected person to healthy person. Suppose he or she is infected person is a healthy person. So there are so many germs like cockroaches, like mosquitoes, like flies, house flies. So they spread the disease. Suppose mosquito, he is or she is get infected by malaria. Suppose a mosquito goes and sit on the body of her or him and taken the blood from him, and this blood is utilized by the mosquito to prepare or to make their own eggs. Actually, the female mosquito take the drink or take the blood from the person, any person, to make their egg. Understood? They drink or they bite human being to take the blood to get extra protein to make their egg. So I think you are understanding. So when the mosquito who has bitten a infected person get bite to a healthy person, infected person is bitten by a mosquito, and that same mosquito bite a healthy person, so the germs from the blood is inserted inside the body of a healthy person, and the healthy person also get infected. So these mosquitoes are called vectors because they spread the diseases. I think understood. So many diseases will be transmitted by other animals, and these animals carry the infecting agents. Infecting agents means germs from sick person to another potential host, and these animals are thus the intermediary and are called vector. Vector is one of the most important question. Define vector and give example. Next, the commonest vector we know is the mosquitoes. The many varieties of mosquitoes. The female need highly nutritious food to form of blood in order to able the lay mature eggs. Yes, I already told. Actually, the female mosquito bite to have the milk to lay egg, because this blood contain nutritious substances which help to make their eggs. Mosquito feed on many warm-blooded animals, including human being, and transfer the disease from one person to another person. I think you understood the whole lesson. If you have any kind of problem, you can ask me at any time. I am ready to help you. Hope for your better learning. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Remember to do the homework, okay?